I will be giving away a MacBook Air, so make sure to watch the video to find out how to enter. Hey everyone, so we have the 15-inch MacBook Air. We also have all the other models, the 14-inch, 16-inch, and the 13-inch MacBook Air, just to compare all of them. But yeah, I want to go through the unboxing and show you what you get with the 15-inch MacBook Air. This is actually much lighter than I expected. So in the box, we get a really nice space gray, because I've gone with the space gray model here. A really nice space gray MagSafe charging cable. This is actually really, really nice. We also get the charging brick. Looks like we have the dual charging brick here with the 2 USB-C ports. And then in here, do we get any Apple stickers? Yes, we get some space gray Apple stickers on like a different material as well now. But yeah, these are nice too. Oh, it's actually much lighter than I expected as well. But yeah, this is really, really nice. Feels really, really nice. I really like the space grey as well. I think the space grey looks awesome. And then if we open it up, boots up automatically. So yeah, the 15-inch MacBook Air, I'm actually really surprised Apple have even made this model, because obviously they have the 13-inch MacBook Air, and if you wanted a bigger model, you know, you'd have to go for one of the Pro models like the 14-inch or the 16-inch. There wasn't really a bigger offering when it came to a sort of budget machine, you could say, or it's budget compared to Apple products anyway. But yeah, I'm actually really impressed that they've done this, because I think this is now an even better recommend than the 13-inch MacBook Air if you're someone who does design work, video work, development work, and you need a bigger screen, you need a bigger trackpad. This is awesome. The screen on this as well looks incredible. With the 15-inch size, it actually looks really good. It's definitely noticeably bigger than the 13-inch MacBook Air. The 13-inch MacBook Air, compared to this, I think this is 25% sort of bigger than the 13-inch MacBook Air, which is actually quite significant. Especially when I look at it here, it just feels quite big.
That's what she said.
In a good way, because obviously if you want a big laptop, you want the bigger screen. Yeah, this looks incredible. By the way, if you're interested in this wallpaper, I'll leave a link to it down in the description below. So like I said, I do have all the other MacBook Airs here to compare. So we have the 13-inch MacBook here, so you can see the size difference between the two. And yeah, you can see the 15-inch is significantly bigger, a lot bigger. So 15-inch, 13-inch, side by side. You can see the difference in size of these two laptops. The trackpad is also significantly bigger than the 13-inch. And then if we stack them, because I do also have, let's move all these out of the way. I do also have the 16-inch MacBook Pro here. We have a lot of laptops here. 16-inch MacBook Pro, it's this one. Then this is the 15-inch MacBook Air. So you can see the size difference between these two. The difference in size between these two isn't as drastic as the 13-inch and the 15-inch. You can see it's a very small difference really. And then 14-inch MacBook Air. I mean MacBook Pro, sorry, not MacBook Air. You can see the size difference there. And then we have the 13-inch MacBook Air. So yeah, those are all stacked. You can see the size difference between all four of these. I do also have the 13-inch M1 MacBook Air here to compare. And yeah, obviously similar size to the 13-inch MacBook Air. Yeah, there's a lot of laptops here with a lot of weight, but you can see the size difference between them all. And obviously with the 15-inch MacBook Air adopting the new design as well of the MacBook line, I really like it. If you need a machine that has a big screen but don't require the power of a 16-inch MacBook Pro, and this is good enough, like this is actually really, really nice. I can see myself using this when I'm traveling or just at home or whatever, and I'm not doing sort of any heavy video work, because for all of my design work, photography, editing and stuff like that, I could do it all on this, no problem. When it comes to pricing for the 15-inch MacBook Air, it's starting at $12.99, and you get 8 gigabytes of memory, unified memory, and 256 gigabytes of storage, SSD space. I don't think that's a good starting point, to be honest. I do think it's worth upgrading the unified memory and the storage, of course, because the unified memory, especially if you have multiple apps open, having large unified memory will just make a big difference. Also, compared to the 13-inch MacBook Air, the base model 15-inch MacBook Air actually has a 10-core GPU rather than an 8-core GPU. So the GPU power in this is a little bit more powerful. The actual difference isn't going to be huge. I've seen a few reviews from Dave2D and Marquez MKBHD, and from looking at their tests, this does do better under sort of long sustained loads, but it's really not much of a huge difference compared to the 13-inch MacBook Air. The battery life as well is similar between the two models. Now you would think obviously with this being a bigger model, there'll be a bigger battery, but then you also have the bigger screen, so it sort of counteracts it. So yeah, battery life is really good for both models anyway. I've never really had an issue with the battery life on the 13-inch MacBook Air, and I know it'll be the same with the 15-inch MacBook Air. The great thing about these models is that the battery life, if you're doing light usage, they'll last a few days, which is just incredible. I also wanted to quickly go through the pricing of all of these models so you can see how they stack up. This is the M1 MacBook Air, which starts at $999. 13-inch MacBook Air now starts at $1099. 15-inch MacBook Air is at $1299. 14-inch MacBook Pro, $1999. And the 16-inch MacBook Pro at $2499. But if you do upgrade the unified memory and the storage on this, you're actually getting quite close to the price of this. And when the 14-inch MacBook Pro, the starting price for this is $1999, and it comes with 16 gigabytes of memory and 512 gigabytes of storage, you're basically not too far off between the two models. But it obviously all comes down to, do you need the bigger screen? Do you need the lighter laptop? And technically, I guess, better battery life because the chip won't be as hungry. It's really up to you. I do think the 15-inch MacBook Air, it sort of sits nicely between all of the laptops now. The best value for sure is still the M1 MacBook Air, which goes for $999. I just think this is the laptop I would recommend to most people. If you need that larger screen estate, it just makes a lot more sense to go with the 15-inch MacBook Air. But Apple have done a really good job here with their lineup. They have a bunch of good laptops here. Apart from the 13-inch MacBook Pro, I wouldn't recommend that one, but all the other ones, they basically are covering all of the market now. They could have easily pushed people to go for the 16-inch model or the 14-inch model if you wanted a bigger screen. But now they're offering a bigger version of the 13-inch MacBook Air. It's a really good starting point. I think it's a really good sort of middle ground if you don't want to go for one of the Pro models. So giveaway time. We'll be giving away one of these MacBook Airs. To enter, click the link in the description, enter your email. Winner of the giveaway will be emailed. Of course, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment. That's all you have to do to enter, nothing else, and we'll be giving away one of these. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe for more.